What up? It's your girl KP. Yes, it is I, Keisha Pollard, Mrs. Always Amazing, here with what I am titling Wind Down Wednesday. Interpret that to be WIND, WINE, whatever floats your boat. I haven't said that in a while. Just wanted to come through, give a quick update on what's been happening in my world. Some pretty dope stuff, to be honest, that I couldn't wait to share, but I also didn't want to try to pack it into my Friday Eve, somewhere in between podcasts. First things first, you know where to find me: Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, Keisha Pollard. All of them will grant you access into the world that is on KP and somewhere in between, be it the blog or the podcast. TeflonJohn.com is hosting my blogs as well. I was asked to be a collaborator on the talk show titled The Art of Reinvention talk show. That was yesterday. Teflon John interviewed me, that's aka Jonathan Smith, interviewed me about content creation, and I gave some thoughts and nuggets around where do I pull inspiration from. It was a great opportunity. I loved the setup that he used to make that happen, and kind of made me like, okay, maybe that whole video showing my face isn't so bad, but this is just easy because I can be scarfed up, chilling, not in my closet with the whole setup, right? So check it out. We appreciate any support that you provide there. So what's been happening since the last time we chatted? I did a quick podcast over the weekend about love. My kids are dope. That's in conjunction with Mother's Day is coming up on Sunday. Make sure to support your moms, baby moms, stepmoms, mom figures. I've been shouting out my important women in my life, and it's not over. So if I haven't shouted you out yet, just hold on. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. I want to give flowers while people can receive them. I've shouted out my sister Annette and my sister Jackie so far. Just know there's so many more women that I definitely plan to recognize between now and Mother's Day. So Mother's Day, Sunday, this past weekend, I had the opportunity to travel. Dope trip. Great opportunity to see a city that I've never been to before. It was good. That might become a wind down or wind up or our podcast all in itself. It was a great experience. Came back and I had to go to the neurologist on Tuesday. My previous neurologist in San Antonio no longer practices, so I got a letter that's like, yo, you need to find a neurologist. Peace. So I found one, Dr. Wendy Wu, as close to my house. So I'm always about convenience, and she put me on notice, like, you don't know nothing about your illness. Like, well, let's not say nothing, Dr. Wu. She had a lot of very detailed questions, and I do treat the diagnosis casually. I've been fortunate to not have a lot of symptoms or really any symptoms or relapses. There's fatigue sometimes. And sometimes I have these headaches behind my left eye, which could just be stress. So she had a lot of questions, medicine and dosage. And I don't know. I gave her my story about when I was initially diagnosed. Yeah, it was interesting. So she too wants me to go to an ophthalmologist to check the eye, because what can happen is there can be subtle, really small relapses that are happening. And for those who don't know, multiple sclerosis, it's an autoimmune disease that attacks your nerves. So what could be happening is there could be attacks happening to the nerves, but they're subtle, and it's like a slow erosion, not like, people whom can't see or talk or walk. That could be long term, right? So ophthalmologist, get some more blood work, because it's hard to isolate, because MS is one of the diseases that there is no step 1, 2, 3. You could go from 0 to 1,000 overnight. It's hard to know what is and what isn't. I try not to assign anything to it. So going to go to the ophthalmologist to check the eye. Also, she wants to do blood work. That's where I was going with that statement. Do some blood work to test thyroid, B12, vitamin D, anything that could be also affecting my energy. And then third, she wants to do an MRI of my head, and my neck and my torso with contrast, which means I get to get a lovely IV and then sit in this cylinder for probably about 45 minutes to an hour. The first time I had it done, complete panic attack. Complete. I'm just like, no, I'll just go. I'll just leave work and go. Do. No, why do I have to get completely undressed? I just get an MRI. And you need to put in an IV? Oh, Lord. I was not ready. I wasn't ready. I was not ready for that. I had a complete panic attack afterwards. Got in the car. I was married at the time. I called my husband and lost my mind. Then I called my mama and lost my mind. So that's all happening. But a blessing that came out of that was the imaging center called me to schedule my appointment for the MRI. And she made me aware that my insurance that they're not a network for my insurance. I was like, okay, not a problem. I have to have it done. So what do we do? She said, well, actually what they do at this imaging center is they accept whatever the insurance company pays. I'm sorry, excuse me. What was that? She's like, no, you come. You don't owe us anything. You don't have to pay a copay, a balance. We will accept because we know the importance of getting this done for patients. It's critical. I mean, without it, how would I know what's happening inside of my body? And with MS, areas that have been affected, it shows up as white lesions on the brain or wherever it is. So I thought that was like super duper dope. So that will be happening next Wednesday. I didn't want to put it off. Like, no, I want to schedule. So I don't want the policy to change between now and me getting my appointment scheduled. Talking to one of my girlfriends, we Marco Polo every now and again, just about life. And she mentioned, your tone is one of such finality. And I noodled it for a day or two, like, how do I convey what I'm feeling? And then I knew in that moment, oh no, she's hearing peace. That's what peace sounds like. There's no uncertainty. There's no brassness. It is what it is. It's matter of fact, I'm good. Life is absolutely amazing, and not that it's not always, but today I am like good. You know, I have this peace, and I was talking about it with a friend, like, no, what you're hearing is peace that surpasses your understanding, and that's okay, because I think it was Drake that said, what's understood don't have to be explained. I understand it. I understand the peace that I have been blessed to walk out in this season of life. Man, it's tried and true. My children are in an amazing place. I am in an amazing place. Graduation's coming up. Y'all know, June 10th, 2 p.m., Alamo Dome. Family's coming in. Got a dope vacation planned. So, you're hearing peace. And I'm so okay to be in a peaceful place. So much so, I left work today and I thought, what didn't I do because of it? Am I too chill? But I was super productive at work. So, I share that to say, one, don't feel like you owe anybody anything, an explanation. But two, if you are getting feedback or concern, take a minute, take a beat. Get still and understand, what is going on? And I pray that it will be exposed to you. And you'll kind of know, you'll be able to dive in to understand what's going on. It's a great place to be. I don't know how long the season will last, how long the wave will last. And it's not without opportunity. So it's not as though everything is just so absolutely amazing. It is perspective. It is trust. I am trusting the process and enjoying the journey. And this past weekend helped me to understand a lot of that. No, trust the journey and enjoy the process. Trust the process and enjoy the journey. That's what this life is about. It's too short to not have an amazing time. Life is to be lived. I was at work today and we were setting up a booth to solicit some talent for a talent show we're going to have. And this woman came up and she was having a conversation with another woman in front of me. And she said she's getting divorced after 41 years of marriage. Her husband has been having an affair for 7 years. This was the second time. And I told her, one, can I give you a hug? Two, there is life after divorce. I was not married for 41 years, so I'm not even going to act like I understand. But what I can say is what you see today is life after divorce. But also give yourself permission to do whatever you need to do to get through that. If that means taking some time out from work, if that means taking a trip, whatever, if that means learning how to sew, crochet, how to pole dance, right? Whatever that is, give yourself permission to do so. 41 years of marriage, infidelity, I can't imagine. But what I can tell you is that there's light at the end of the tunnel. Be mindful of the process, trust it, and enjoy the journey. Take some time to understand what you can do to be your best self. And she gave me a big hug. It's those moments that I know that this life has nothing to do with me. I am just fortunate enough to be able to live it. And even now to be like, nah, I'm good. I have peace. And maybe tomorrow it'll be over, right? Sometimes work can be a little bit stressful, and if that be the case, I had it for a weekend and a few days. So, but that's it. That's just a quick snippet, a little wind down Wednesday to help get over the hump of the week. You also know what it is, right? No guilt, no shame, no judgment. It is always only love. Look for your girl for our Friday Eve conversation, somewhere in between. I don't even know what for the talk show Jonathan and I talked about scheduling content. I don't even know what I'm going to talk about tomorrow, so I'll be definitely looking for inspiration. I might tie it into my blog of rejection. We'll see. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But I do hope and pray that you all have an amazing night, rest of your week. We will be in touch. Your girl is out.